Right, so I have returned once again today to deliver another episode of My Girlfriend Is ShoBitch. This episode being episode 3. And whoa, I'm not even audible. What's going on here? What's happening? What is happening? Okay, this is weird. I'm like, oh, has YouTube died? Has the YouTubes actually died? Oh, great. It's just certainly something. Huh. I'm actually listenable on the actual other end because I actually can't hear a thing. Oh my god, I can hear myself. I was going nuts. I was losing my mind. I do apologize. I was losing my mind. What was going on with that? I don't know. Well, there's your answer to what ShoBitch does to me. Well, there's your answer. It physically just destroys my soul to a point that I can't even hear my own self. Yeah, it was YouTube being a bit weird on my end. I don't know why. But anyway, yeah. I was saying beforehand, before YouTube completely just ruined my mind. But yeah, YouTube is very freaking weird right now. Like, pretty weird. So yeah, we left off last time. The emoto line was crossed about 3 goddamn times. I was like, mate, could you calm down a bit here because I'm getting terrified. And yeah, they completely ruined what a broom should be used for. I was like, guys, I need to use a broom. Do not make me think about what just happened on that show. Whenever I think about a broom, I had to use a broom. I just think about those events. I'm like, no, it just falls out my hand. Like, I can't use it after that point. It's just like, nah, don't do that to me, anime. Do not do that to me. But it did, and now I can't use brooms ever again. So yeah, hopefully this episode actually isn't so bad, because if it's like kind of even worse than last time, I may physically cry, in the sense of just emoto lines being crossed. I don't freaking know what else. They haven't even introduced the other characters yet. There's like 2 other characters that were introduced still. They're still kind of on the cutting room floor so far. So who knows? Who knows, as they say. Who knows? Right. Let's see if YouTube's actually still working. Let's have a look. YouTube, are you not dead? YouTube is not dead. It's still alive. That's all right then. In certain cases, it's not all right because YouTube is an absolutely awful platform, but at least it's alive for this stream. At least it's okay. At least it's actually okay for this stream. Alrighty. Anyhow, let's start this thing in 3, 2, 1. Let's begin this thing now. Let's see what this anime will do to us today. Of course, her mother is hot as well. Of course. Why wouldn't she be? It wouldn't be a show about this kind of thing, about the mother actually being really hot as well. It's always the go-to thing. It's always. Is she actually naturally quite small, or is the perspective shots of this show really making her seem very small? Or was it just me? So I'm kind of getting the vibe that she's like that big sometimes. Like, how is this show actually kind of portraying her? She's like that big sometimes in the shots. It's really weird. It actually is something. It is only like kind of downhill from here. But at the same time, you can't hate the show. It's impossible. It's really weird, this show. you can't hate it. You feel to yourself you've got to, but you can't. Just because it's just so something that you can't really describe it, but you just can't accept it. The OP is very much something as well, to be honest. Because it's kind of got a heart to it, and you kind of like, I see it, beyond its kind of very, very, very dodgy exterior. Very dodgy exterior. It's got kind of a heart. Many shows don't have that, but this one apparently does. Surprisingly. Surprisingly. This show is something, at least. This show is something. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. This has always happened on first dates. Is this a thing that always happens on first dates? I'm not even too sure. Excuse me? Excuse me? What's going on? Yeah, it pretty much is. Yo, he just teleported. That's the most interesting thing that's happened throughout this whole entire episode so far. He's actually he teleported. Okay, that was kind of funny. That was kind of funny. That one got me a bit. Oh, so that was it. That was it. I mean, it's just it's got a charm to it somewhere. It's got its charm, even if it's a little bit you know, on the outside. I mean, this scene kind of gives it some heart, which is I guess, what was lacking, but it's okay so far. It's okay so far. Damn, son. Wow, that de-escalate quickly. It reminds me of the episode of Masamune, No Revenge, when they go to the movie theater. It's all about zombies, and a random sex scene comes out of nowhere. Reminds me of that a bit. It's like, what? Where'd that come from? Not to the same extent here, but it kind of just reminds me a bit of it. Oh my god. Oh my. Oh my. Oh, ain't he the cutest? Ain't he the cutest? Ain't he the most beautiful person you've ever laid your eyes upon? He's so genuine. He's so nice. Oh my god, this. Oh Jesus. Oh jeez. I don't think they want to go too anime with this whole entire date. Otherwise, they might, in theory, kind of just create a black hole with everything else in, and then we won't have any more anime afterwards. I don't know. I don't know whether or not. I don't know whether or not picnic next Sunday, everything else is going on is kind of going a bit too far. Why's that guy got his pants down? Who walks with their pants down? Many questions that need to be answered in this world. Why do people walk with their pants down? To that extent. To that extent. I'm telling you, you can't go too anime. Wow. I do believe. I do believe she's caught the sex. She's caught the sex. she's actually caught the sex. It's not. It's the kind of, I don't freaking know. It's somewhere you don't want to go into a romance show about kind of pseudo innuendos. Uh-oh. It's raining. Because why wouldn't it? Because why wouldn't it? Well, it was all right. I mean, it's probably the only episode I haven't really liked so far because the previous ones have been kind of sort of good. Like it's still enjoyable. Like it's kind of the major thing I take away from the show. It's still kind of enjoyable. It's not like as if you're kind of wasting your time watching it. It's kind of one of those enjoyable shows you're not meant to kind of like too much, but you kind of do at the same time. Like I can see the charm in it. It's got certainly something to it, which kind of makes it a little bit better than your average show, which kind of deals with the same subjects. Because at least none of the other characters are complete scumbags, which is kind of the running theme of these kind of shows. Is sometimes the other characters can in theory be absolute scumbags, and it just kind of ruins the whole entire motif. I mean, yeah, it was kind of. I think this episode's the only one that's been kind of lackluster so far because the other ones have kind of had something going on. This one's kind of the only one so far which actually had really nothing too much going on. It was kind of a little bit poorly paced sometimes. I mean, there was points where I was like, oh, it's still going. Okay, I mean, all right. But I know. It's got, like, I think 6 episodes to go until the end anyway. I think it's only 10 episodes long, I believe. Well, at least that's what Thing says. That's what High Dive says. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. More stuff. Uh-oh. No. Apparently, this actually is the most interesting part, is where this actual like ending goes. It's what's keeping me going. Let's see what actually does happen with this plot. But I mean, it's one of those. I just realized Kosaka's voiced by Aoyuki as well. I was like, I swear I've heard that voice before. It's like Aoyuki as well. Man, literally, Aoyuki is literally everywhere at this point. She's actually now turning into the same VA as Shiroyuki's one. It's just appears every damn season. You just hear a voice. You're like, hey, it's her again. It's always there. But yeah, it is Aoyuki as well. I think that's what caught me off guard the first time around. So I didn't really notice it. I was like, yeah, it's her. I read it in the credits for High Dive. They actually tell you, oh yeah, by the way, it's her. I was like, oh, wouldn't you know? Wouldn't you know? Don't do a High Dive. Don't play the episode again. Don't play the episode again, please. Don't do it. No. Don't do it. But I mean, but she's also Kino, if I remember correctly, from Kino's Journey. She voices Kino this season as well. She's also somewhere else, I believe. I can't remember where else she is, but she's somewhere else as well. But I mean, yeah, it's just, I think it's probably just the most lackluster one so far. Kind of the one that doesn't really have much going on so far, because it opens some doors to certain aspects of the show, the kind of Kosaka's family and who they are and what they do. It was kind of like you predict the fact that the mother's exactly the same as her. Like, it's one of those things. It's not like as if it's surprising, because it's kind of one of the motifs that kind of prevails for this whole entire idea of these shows. It's not like it's like, oh my god, that's actually kind of different. No, really it isn't. It's kind of like, oh yeah, you expect it at this point. But at the same time, there's a certain charm to this show that it kind of saves itself sometimes. I mean, the show could literally be exactly the same as it is before, without that charm. I don't think you kind of still be wasting your time, but that charm really does in theory elevate the show beyond the point where it is, because it kind of gives it some heart. It tells you where it's going next. Hello, how's it going? It tells you where it's going next and how the actual relationship's actually progressing. Because that bit with Kosaka was actually kind of cute, because she realizes, oh yeah, they'll still be together next year. It tells you that she's kind of not as one note as you expect, because on surface level, she's kind of a character who kind of is a little bit kind of zany in a sense of craziness. But then she's actually got a heart. She's actually a person who cares about him as well. Like, it's not as if she doesn't. She does actually kind of care about him, to the point that she actually is happy that they'll be together next year. It's kind of cute. Yeah, that's the problem. That's the only thing I'd say, is the fact that once you know this genre of anime, you can predict every single joke's going to come next, and it kind of just it either becomes unfunny or uncomfortable sometimes, because of certain jokes in the show. I was like, yeah, tone that down slightly. I was like, it's just like, I don't know. It's a bit as if it needs to kind of get a tone correct, which kind of is one of the prevailing facts of the show, which kind of actually does let it down slightly. It's kind of the uneven tone sometimes. Also pacing as well, because last week you had the whole entire thing with the sister, which kind of went a bit too far sometimes. And also you had the whole entire thing about the friend as well, which I would say is the most interesting character out of all of them, because she actually kind of possesses a personality beyond the point of what we got with Kosaka so far. Granted, yes, she still does possess personality, but I think the friend does kind of, in theory, possess a little bit more than your average MC. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Would I say to watch this show after watching 3 episodes of the show? I mean, it's not absolutely objectively terrible. It's not like as if you will feel disgusted after watching it. It ain't no Errormonger Sensei. It ain't no freaking hell what other shows are there that's actually absolutely goddamn terrible. It's not Hajime no Gal, which was absolutely awful. That show is the worst kind of show in the universe. It ain't none of those shows. It's kind of the one thing, as I said beforehand, the one thing that saves this show is the actual kind of heart it has. The kind of way it saves itself in such situations that kind of just elevates it beyond. That's what kind of saves this show. If it didn't have that, this show would be abjectly kind of sort of a little bit not that great. Like, it kind of, I mean, it might still be kind of funny to certain people, but it'll kind of lose its charm after a while. You kind of just see the certain jokes coming. It's just like as if, like, why should I watch this? It has that kind of factor to it. But the heart does save it. Like, it kind of just makes it as if it's kind of like a more than a 6 out of 10 show sometimes. Also, sometimes the jokes do land. It's not as if they kind of just all are terrible. Some jokes do land, but most of them kind of get to the point of uncomfortableness. Sort of like, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. watch it at your own risk, I would say, because I don't. It's going to be one of those shows that kind of do brush people the wrong way. It's going to be some people that actually really like the show. It's kind of one of those shows. It kind of rides a line of being kind of a bit strange sometimes. That's kind of what the show really kind of goes for. But I mean, I don't know. It's kind of alright. I like it a little bit. I mean, it's kind of unhealthy. It's not one of those shows which is really healthy for you. You're not going to leave it like, you know what? I feel different today. You won't feel like that at all. You feel a little bit more unhealthy afterwards. You feel like as if you ate a Big Mac twice. That's how I feel about it. It's unhealthy, but it's kind of enjoyable. It's one of those ones that you kind of can just turn off for 25 minutes and just kind of let everything just kind of hit you for a bit, and then afterwards you're like, oh yeah, the real world. That's all what happens with this show. I think this show is kind of like that. You kind of just realize, oh yeah, the real world afterwards. But I mean, yeah, I would say I'd continue with it, just see where it goes next. I mean, I don't watch anything else on a Wednesday besides Kanojo Kita, which I have to catch up with at one point. So, I mean, yeah, watch it at your own risk, I would say. Just kind of, I mean, you have to kind of like this genre slightly to kind of enjoy it to the fullest, because otherwise, if you don't like this kind of thing, you're going to be at a loss, I'd say. Because it's a bit of a kind of a weird art show, certainly. But yeah, I mean, hopefully the show actually continues in the vein of its heart. Like, hopefully it does actually kind of elevate itself beyond the point of just being kind of a gag comedy to the point of no return. Hopefully it actually does, in theory, save it a lot more into the kind of proceeding section of the show. Because if it does, this show won't be absolutely terrible. If it doesn't, then it kind of will lose its charm quite quickly. I mean, it's one of those shows that if it continues the way it does, I would say 5 episodes is enough for you to actually know where the hell the show's going, and then tune out until the very end and just watch the last episode afterwards, because it's probably one of those shows after a while. I don't know, but maybe, just maybe, there's certainly a savior somewhere in the show. Like, in essence, when the other characters get introduced, because it's like 3 more I think they've got to introduce yet. In 3, it actually might save the show even more than just say your average, I don't know, heart here and there. I don't know, because I think the limited perspective we've got so far is also kind of hindering the show as well, because, I mean, they're all right characters, but they're not kind of diverse enough to actually kind of make us kind of go, yeah, we can follow this show for like 12 weeks or even more sometimes. It needs to kind of introduce other characters to actually kind of make that runtime feel a little bit more natural, kind of make it a little bit more enjoyable. I don't know. That's how I feel, at least. So, oh man, my chest just stopped. My chest just stopped for a second. I have no idea why. So yeah, if you have enjoyed this whole entire stream as a whole, and you do want to leave a like, then do leave a like, because indeed, it does help me quite a bit. If you have enjoyed what I do here, and you want to stay a bit longer, then do leave a sub, because indeed, it does me quite a bit. But until tomorrow with Inuashiki, I think it's also tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow's Thursday, isn't it? Yeah. Shiki tomorrow, and also probably I might catch up with some certain other shows I've missed so far. Maybe Garu might be tomorrow as well. I'm not too sure. I might catch up with Garu, because that show is absolutely fantastic. So until then, see you guys later. Bye for now.